G4 finally got shut down. They pulled the plug. It was on life support for the last, like 6 months. Which is a shame. I think they had a lot of talented people there. Like Austin and Will. But man, they were fucking struggling. Like, it wasn't going too hot for their internet presence. I don't know what their TV ratings were like, but the reason they shut down was directly because of low numbers. Like, the viewership was in the actual shitter. So they couldn't sustain themselves, and Comcast pulled the plug. G4 wasn't still around. They brought it back less than a year ago. Well, actually a little over a year ago. G4 was around when I was growing up. Went away in like 2012 or something? And then they brought it back last year. And it didn't even make it like a full year. G4 was a very popular television channel when I was growing up. It was like the first gamer-focused group. So they had things like X-Play. They had things like Attack of the Show, Code Monkeys for a little while. And it was just all around like gaming. Eventually it just became like a cops rerun channel. But it started as like, here's some gamer shit. And it didn't make the transition to the internet age, so it got taken off air. And then they brought it back about a year ago, trying to capitalize on like how big gaming has become online. But it didn't make it. It fell off really hard. It had a pretty triumphant return. It had a good streak of people like caring and watching and engaging. But it just steadily fell off. Are big gaming YouTube networks all dying, e.g. Rooster Teeth? I don't think it's necessarily like all big gaming things like that. Because you can find plenty of examples of those things that aren't dying. Not exactly one-to-one here, but Vanoss, right? Like, just a group of people playing games and doing shit. Like, that's still around and doing okay. But when you have things like G4 TV and Rooster Teeth that just, I don't know, just deliver the same thing, I guess, and don't adapt, and I don't even know exactly what to pinpoint it to. It just becomes less interesting. There's so much other content now. But G4 in particular had good, like, talented people working for them. And they did have good content too, like Austin Show. Name your price, right? But it wasn't enough to carry the rest of the weaker catalog. Younger generation, G4's target audience doesn't watch TV anymore. I think it was a bit of a misstep to go back to TV kind of content. I don't think that's ever going to catch on again. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with making it more TV-focused kind of stuff. They need to go harder on, like, actual internet content, I'd say. I saw a lot of people saying that shame on Comcast for pulling the plug. And I hate Comcast as much as the next guy. I think they're one of the shittiest companies in America. But this was a totally understandable decision. This had no viewership anymore. Like, there was just no way they could keep it up. Couldn't sustain itself. Thanks, Resub, Pizza Man, Repzion, Schlurb, Hesu, Joey, Chicken, and Tier 1 Drippler. I'm hoping that's not the case, Jay. From everything I've heard, it seems... We'll get into the Amaranth stuff a bit deeper in a minute. But from what I've heard from her friends, like Alinity talked about it. I saw like a post or two talking about it. She is safe and away from the person at the moment, from what I understand. So that's good. We'll get to that in a little bit. Seen the new Unreal Engine 5 game that looks realistic. It's very vague. Talking about the body cam game. What's that one? I don't know that game. Thanks for resubscribe. How's the office? The warehouse flooded again 2 hours ago. So the city of Tampa really fucked us. And the plumbers we had come out to try and fix it clearly didn't do a good job because it just happened again. Not even 36 hours after the first one. Crazy. Oh yeah, the city of Tampa is definitely going to be paying for it. No shot. We will fight to the end of the earth. It is entirely their fault. Look at the body cam Unreal Engine game. Is that what I just type in to find it? This is a game. This looks like real life. Have you seen the shit that's come out about Rooster Teeth? So I've seen some of it. I now know it was more than just layoffs. They apparently gave one of their employees just a slur as a nickname, which is fucking wild. I was reading some of it. I don't think I read everything, but I was reading some of it. No fucking shot. I mean, again, this is coming from the person. I don't see why they'd lie about that, but yeah, I wasn't there. But I'm assuming it's real. Is it Prime Orc? And the resub Albanian. And Bits Monty. A couple of colleagues confirmed they used that slur against them and apologized. What? Where did you see that? I can't believe they would, like, admit to that. Hold on. Now I gotta find that. Jeff, Gavin, and Michael all apologized on... Jeff, Gavin, and Michael were using her... What? I am shocked. What? That's, like, it's not even, like, fun as a joke. That's just super cringe and weird. The other accusations might not even be the right word because they do have, like, bad crunch and shit. But the other things in the drama against Rooster Teeth were, like, crunch, unpaid work, and shit like that. I mean, I'm going to pull up their Twitter real quick. I'm doing it on the other monitor here because I don't like to pull up Twitter on stream. It's too dangerous with a Council of Cock out there. Oh, you're right. Here's a Twitlonger. Well, a prehistoric Twitlonger. This is a screenshot of Notepad. This is old-fashioned. I would never even say Rooster Teeth ever was edgy comedy. They were, like, safe comedy. They were what I watched when I was, like, a kid and still only listened to Christian rock because I was so afraid of sin. I never got the impression ever that they were edgy. Not a single one of them. The closest one to edgy was Michael, and that's because he'd get mad. Like, they were far from edgy from what I recall. Unless I'm really misremembering some of the stuff they used to joke about. But I mean, Red vs. Blue, that's like what you'd find on the Disney Channel. Like, that was like as safe as it gets. Could be edgy in the workplace and not on video. True. True. And it's been a long time since I watched, and I could be misremembering, but I don't recall them ever being edgy. That is pretty surprising. Thanks to resub Penguin, Dictionary, Spark, Jax, Iris, Eva, Fry, Sway, and Tier 1 Space Goose. Bits Corfin and Henry. It's a bad apology after you read the Caden stuff. Can I even pull that up on stream because of the slur they used? Bro, we were still reading. I always forget people read at different speeds than me. And you know what? You should be punished for that. Learn to read faster, idiot. Is it censored in the original post? I didn't think it was. Let me see. Well, now I can't find the original post. Exhibits DRP. Give me one sec. Oh, here it is. Okay. So for those that don't know what this is in reference to, it's this situation. Thanks, resub Arcfang. I'm not reading all that. You don't have to. I'll just give you a quick summary. I'll give you the big points. So they received a nickname that's just a slur. Like that was what they called them around the office, for some reason. I don't understand at all why, but it's apparently been confirmed. Jeff apologized for it. Michael, as well. Who was the other one? Gavin. So that was true. And also an experience of unpaid work. Couple other things that I'm not able to fully remember. Give me a second. I'll read through it again. Oh yeah, the crunch and the overworking.